Oh my god. No, not slow-mo. Imagine if I videoed this entire thing in slow motion. That would be a nightmare. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Made by Mac. I'm Mac, and this is my 5th episode. Honestly, it sounds a little wild to me hearing that, but I'm really excited. I have some really cool stuff that I finished that I want to share with you guys. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is what I'm wearing, and I am wearing my Weekender sweater by Andrea Mowry. This is in my Handspun from Fiber in the colorway Rainbow Bright from Bramble Ridge. She's a dyer in Canada, and her colorways are beautiful. I've actually shown a couple different braids that I've purchased from her on my podcast episodes. So if you go back a little bit, you can see those. I actually bought 2 more braids on a different base in this same colorway because I love it so much. I'm super excited to start spinning with it. Another thing I'm wearing is this little microphone guy. I realize that I do not project my voice as much as I would like to. So I bought a little microphone and we will see if this helps. Hopefully the sound is not terrible, but I'm hoping it's a little bit easier to hear me as I'm recording. So if it gets too annoying or if you notice weird stuff happen sound wise, please let me know. But hopefully this helps just hear what I'm saying a little bit better. The first thing I want to start with today are some of my finished objects. I'm actually going to start with a non-yarn finished object because they make me giggle so much. So I have made a couple different crochet hooks with clay over top of them. But that's not what this is. I thought I would try a new craft, and I tried a new craft. And so I made myself a pair of earrings. And I say made myself a pair of earrings because I will never sell these because number 1, I love them. And number 2, they are not very good. But they are very cute. They're very pink. See if I can hold them close. I'm just going to hold one at a time. So hopefully you cannot see all of the terrible mistakes I have made in them, but they are just a neon pink, just regular clay. I used a lid and a snowflake cookie cutter that I happen to have. And then I baked them in the oven as per the directions. And this is what I came with. They're not very good. This is not something that I will continue to work on in terms of like my future shop. They just make me giggle because there's so many mistakes in them. Like on the back of one, I got one of my cat Iggy's cat hairs in the back. They don't have even edges. They don't match. But you know what? It's okay. I am a firm believer in crafting things that you like making, and it's okay to make bad art. If you enjoy it, it's okay to make bad art. That being said, I did not enjoy this process. And I probably will not do this again. I think I will stick to using my clay to cover my metal crochet hooks, and that is the end of that. If you really like clay earrings, I can direct you to some people or artists that make some that are like 1,000 times better than mine. So you can get some that are like look more professional. These look a little bit like if my preschoolers made them, which would be really cool. But sadly, it is a grown adult. So these will not ever be for sale. But I just wanted to show you because I plan on wearing them, and they're very pretty and bright. And I wanted a pair of bright pink earrings, and I got a pair of bright pink earrings. So there's that. Don't anticipate seeing more of those in the future. But anyway. Okay, the next thing is also pink. You may notice a theme today, a color theme. I finished my Beachcomber tank. I'm trying to hold it up with my arm. It's not going well. I finished my Beachcomber tank by Bree of the Little Wolf Knits. I am in love with it. It is perfect. I will not wear it over this sweater like this for so many reasons. But I don't actually know who the dyer is of this yarn. I bought it years ago. I caked it up for one project, changed my mind, tried it with a different project like 4 times, and I somewhere along the line threw away the label. I do know that it's a sock weight yarn that's just a pretty standard 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. That's it. That's all I know. It's bright pink. It has green speckles and some light pink speckles, some reddish speckles, and then every once in a while there's like a dark blue or purple speckle. And I love it a lot. I am so excited to wear this. I have a list of projects that I wanted to finish to give myself motivation and options to take with me on my spring break trip with my husband to somewhere warm. It is not warm here. And so it has motivated me to get some of those things done. And I am just flying through the list. I'm really excited about it. But that was on my list. And so I think that was a third thing that I got to check off out of like 6. So I've got a couple more that I'm working through, but I'm definitely taking that with me when we travel in about mid to late March. So I have time, but I gotta get moving on them. The next thing I want to share is very silly. It is something that I needed. And I was like, oh, I can make that, right? So a few weeks ago, no, not a few weeks ago, a week ago ish, my loofah exploded in the shower. And so I thought, well, I have this yarn from Lion Brand called Stitch Soak Scrub. It's 100% nylon. Oops, you can see that. And this is the colorway Cabaret. And I made a loofah. It was a free pattern from Lion Brand, just on their website, and it looks like a brain to me. If you hold it in the right angle, it looks a little bit like a brain. So I've got a brain loofah, and I'm very excited to use my brain loofah since I waited to actually use it until after I filmed this. So I didn't quite have enough to finish this whole last row with the one skein I had. So I'm going to try this, test it out, and if I like it, I have 2 more balls of this yarn. I guess it's yarn. It's really funky. In the colors Cyber Yellow and Turquoise. And I think I will make another one and alternate the colors every row. So, but we'll see if it's functional or if it is just weird. But I do have a little pink brain now, which in itself is pretty cool. So that's another finished object. And then my last one that I want to share. I'm so excited. I briefly mentioned that I was maybe going to start this project soon on my last episode. And I did. And I worked on them and I finished them. And I finished a whole pair of socks. So this was that opal yarn in that neon orange color. And then this is the leftover yarn from, I don't know where my little yarn ball label is, but this is the leftover yarn from Good Noodle Fiber Company, that rainbow colorway, and it turned out so silly, and I love it so much. And the wild thing is that I have like 13 grams left in each of the balls of yarn. Not the orange, the rainbow ones. So I think I'm going to make another pair of socks. But I will show you what yarn I'm going to use for that later. But just look how cute these are. I love them so much. They're so cute. And I'm super excited to wear them. And now I can, now that I've shown you. So, woohoo! Finished socks. So, like I said, we got a lot of pink going on. And I figured I owed you guys an update on my Cozy Classic Raglan. It does not look a ton different from when I showed you last. Wow, I got cable cords everywhere. But I do have like some decent length on this. I am getting somewhere with it. I am almost done with this last little ball of, not last little ball of yarn, but this little bit of this ball of yarn. It also has cat hair on it. But just wanted to update you on that. I'm making some progress. It's going well. It's just a little bit too big to take with me, so it's something I've been leaving at home and working on only when I have time at home. So that's one thing I've been working on. Ooh, knocked a bunch of stuff off. And then I have shown you guys this before. I am finally a good, decent amount of the way into my Palm Your Knits by KnittingTipsy. I love it so much. The more I work on it, the more I love it. This is also on my list of things that I desperately want to get done before I go on vacation with my husband. I'm showing you the back. My bad. Let's try that again. Sorry. I guess it doesn't look that different, but and it's almost pooling and then almost not pooling and then almost pooling again. But I am loving this so much, and the colors are just yummy. And so trying to work on that as fast as my little hands will go. I do have sleeves done, so literally all I have to finish is the body, and then I'm done. Well, I have to weave in the ends and then wash and block it, but knitting wise, then I'll be done. So those are two things that you guys have already seen, and I'm working on them. I'm trying to get them done. I love them so much. But I also get really excited about starting new projects, as a lot of people do. So I started one like today. Instead of sitting down and working on any of the many projects I have, I counted the other day. It's a lot. I have a lot of projects. But I started another one because why not? So this yarn may look familiar. I started a hat, and I am using I used the cast on suggestions and the increases from the muscle burrow hat, but it is not going to look like a muscle burrow hat when I'm done because I don't have enough yarn for that. So I'm just working top down and then going to add ribbing, and then, so I don't really know if there's a pattern that is exactly like this, but I'm using components from the muscle burrow hat. But look at it. And this is the leftover from this one. It's going really well. I have neon stitch markers on it. I just love that I could wear this and I would match myself. And it would just be obnoxious. And I'm very excited about the idea of being even more obnoxious. But look at my yarn ball that I have left for this. It's so cute. I'm really excited to just look at the colors. So beautiful. I'm really excited to get this done, because then I will have used up exactly all of the yarn from this spinning project. So this is that Polwarth braid from Bramble Ridge and Rainbow Bright. Part of me like doesn't want to share what color and like what the dyer is, because I'm like, then I'll be like in competition with anyone that's watching this that also wants to buy from her. But I like want her to do well and, you know, run her business and all that stuff. But I just love it so much. I love it so much. And there's so many different ways you can spin colorful braids like this. So it's not always going to look the same. Even if I get a ton of different braids of the same fiber and same colorway, you can spin it so differently that it would look different every time, but if you really wanted to. But anyway, enough about that. I could go on a tangent about that for a while. But it looks kind of like a little purple bullseye, which I'm excited about. It's going to be so cute. I'm so excited about it. I probably should have waited to start this, but I couldn't. I couldn't wait anymore. I've also decided if I run out of yarn, I will rip back to the end of my increases or close to the end of my increases and then just make it into a child size hat. And then someone that has a child that I love will get it instead. But on the hope that if it's me, I also have this pom-pom that's going to go right on top. And look at how perfect that's going to be. It's going to be so good. So back into the basket that goes. All right. So that's one more work in progress that I started today. But I anticipate I'll finish that pretty soon. Let's do acquisitions next. I don't have a lot, and one of them is not recent, but that's okay. Because again, I don't have unlimited funds for my projects. But okay, the first one I want to share with another project. So that's actually going to be like a transition or like later. But my husband got me this. It is a needle gauge and a ruler, and it is pink because he said, "You seem like you're always missing these, but you need them and use them often." And I was like, that is true. Thank you, lovely husband of mine. His name is Shane. He's lovely. He likes to buy small, silly things, and he was like, "I bought you a small, silly thing." And I was like, this is a small, silly thing, but this is very useful, and I appreciate it. So it's like a bubblegum pink, and it fits in with all of my other pink stuff. The next thing, I bought a used book. It was one that I had thought about getting in like November, December, but I was like, I'm gonna wait, see if I get it for Christmas, and then also check my public library. Well, my public library does not carry this book in person. It does carry it online, and I rented it and I started looking through it as an ebook, and I was like, this is great. This is something I would love to have as a reference book. So I was like, I would like to buy this. And then I looked at how much it was, and I was like, I probably need to wait. But then I found a library that was selling their old copy of it, and so I bought it. And it was significantly cheaper. And it was still like listed as in really good condition or very good condition. And it is. Like, it comes with some reference cards in the back, and like it's not even opened. So don't think that I stole this from the library. I promise I purchased it. But this is the Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs, Techniques for Creating 80 Yarns by Sarah Anderson. And I just, listen, I don't knit or crochet with white yarns or neutrals very often, but just all of the texture on this cover just makes me so excited to be able to make these same yarns myself, even if it's in a wildly different color. But there's like reference cards in the back, and like they haven't even been opened yet. I'm so excited. I have a little sticky note. I'm already a couple chapters in, and it is wonderful. I am so excited to start making some like wildly textured yarns, not necessarily art yarns, because while I think they're gorgeous when people make them, I don't know what I would use them for. And one of my, not goals, but intentions for my craft supplies are things that I will use like from start to finish. So I don't really know if I'll get into art yarns, but different textures of yarns, yes. So I'm really excited about this and being able to use this. And that came in a couple days ago, and I immediately started reading it, and it's been really good so far. I feel like this is a great like cousin of the Yarn of Texture book. Yarn of Texture is great. I feel like this is, hey, you read that? Now let's get more wild with our yarn designs. And I'm really excited about it. And then finally, this is not a new acquisition, but I want to show you because it will lead me into one of my future projects that I am excited about working on. So I got these buttons. I got them at Joann Fabrics. There's a price on them, and I think I actually got them for like 89 cents. So, and they're showing up a little red on camera, but these are like a deep magenta. And so I want to talk about what I'm going to use these for. So the buttons have a future garment that they're going to go on. I received recently-ish a hand-me-down sweater from my mom. Not one that she knitted, but just one that she owned and had purchased and wore a lot, and now it's time to get rid of it. I love this sweater so much. The name brand is Poof Apparel, which I think is hilarious. It's got cute little ribbing on the neckline. It's, I think if you were to knit this, this would be like broken garter stitch. I'm not 100% certain. And it's got these buttons on the top. And oh, look, there's 4 of them. Okay. So, because you may have noticed that I don't really knit or crochet with white. And to be honest, that's because I have a tendency to immediately spill things on white clothing or cream colored clothing and ruin them immediately. I thought, what if, hear me out, what if I dye this? So my plan is to remove the buttons, and they're very cute buttons, but I also don't think I should be dyeing the sweater with the buttons on anyway. So I'm going to take these buttons off. I'm going to use some RIT dyes, RIT dyes, however you say them, and dye the sweater. And then I'm going to put these cute little buttons on it in the same places that these buttons were. And I'm very excited about this. I haven't decided 100% certain what color I'm going to dye this yet, but I do think it needs to be some sort of pink or purple, something that will go well with these buttons. So if you are someone that like uses the RIT dyes a lot and you have a specific color suggestion, let me know. Right now, I only have like a daffodil yellow and a neon yellow in my craft supplies already, and I just don't feel like that's what I want to use with this. I might if I can find different buttons, but I just feel like these are perfect. They go right where the other ones are. So that's a future project I'm really excited to dive into because it'll be something a little bit different. I just realized that I've shown you a lot of pink things today, and I just said, hey, this may be pink too. So my wardrobe is becoming slowly more and more pink, and it makes me laugh. As a small child, I refused to wear pink. I did not think pink was cool, and I was wrong. So, okay, the next project is actually almost identical to the socks that I showed you earlier. But I have this much left over. Now, I do have small feet, but like this would give me my 3rd pair of socks out of 2 50-gram skeins of yarn. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to use this green, and it did not have a tag on it. And did I log where it was from when I first got it in my Ravelry stash? Whoa, sorry. No, I did not. That would have been helpful. Past me messed up. But it's bright green. It's not quite exactly the same as the green that's in the stripes, but it's still pretty loud and obnoxious. And I already caked it up because I want to start that soon. And if I run out, no worries. I have another almost identical green mini skein because this is just a mini skein. And this one, I do have the tag on it still. And this is from Pineapple Yarn. And this came with my big skein. I bought it as a sock set. And this is from June 2021 in her Sun Club. And unfortunately, I don't think she's dyeing yarn anymore, which is sad because she was very talented. But that's okay. People can do what they want. But I'm trying to pick and choose what I use her yarn for that's in my stash for projects really carefully so that I use the precious skeins that are really special to me, but also I actually use them and they don't just sit on this shelf as decoration forever, which is fine if you want to do that, but I really want to use them. So that's one more project that I am going to start soon-ish. Probably since I don't think I have, oh, I do have a pair of socks I need to work on. But I might start these anyway. We'll see. Another future project that I don't even want to say I've started this because I haven't. Okay, sorry for the scooting sounds. I literally made a decision on this morning. So I've not started this at all. All I have is a plan. And my plan is I would like to make the Chroma sweater by Jacqueline Cieslak. And I don't have the right yarns for it in my stash. Because, that would have been too helpful. But I do have some 8-ounce balls of roving that I received as a Christmas present. Sorry for the crinkling. So I want to show you what colors I'm thinking of using. I have 4 different color options. And so I want to show you all 4 and then I'll tell you my plan as of right now. So I have this first ball that is it's like an emerald green. And this is just a solid ball of roving or top. I know there's a difference between those two things, and I don't remember the difference right now. So please don't yell at me in the comments. But this is Corriedale wool, and it's very soft to the touch, to the squish. And so I have this one in an emerald green. I have this bright yellow. I don't remember if these have like fancy names. I think it was just green, yellow, like that. But this one, same thing. This one was interesting. When I opened it and this was already detached. So this may be what I like sample with to start. I also have this purple. So again, same thing. Corriedale, big ball, solid. And then, ooh, this one has. And then this blue. So I have options. This is a lot. Like each one is like 8 ounces, and I think I would only need 2 colors. So my plan as of right now is to use the yellow and green and not match exactly, but almost match what Jacqueline Cieslak's pattern like cover photos look like. She has one that's like, I think yellow on top and green on the bottom, or maybe flipped. But I want to do green on the bottom and then yellow on top. And then if I need more, I'll pull in either the purple or the blue. But I think I can get away with just that amount. I'll see. But I'm not plying them together. I'm going to do a solid yellow worsted and then a solid green worsted. So that is my next sweater spin project. And I have the type of brain that will oftentimes plan out the entire project and then start. I often want to be the type of person that's just like, oh, I'm just going to start spinning. But I really, for spinning projects, my brain really prefers, and I prefer in the long run, having a plan for what I'm using that yarn for. Ironically, the last 2 spins that I've done were not like that at all. It was just 2 skeins of yarn that I made that I just was like, I love this braid. But I mean, working on my default yarn and getting better at that helped a little bit. But anyway, that's my next spinning project that I'm planning on doing, or at least my next big spinning project that I'm planning on doing. I do have 2 spinning wheels. They're both electric spinning wheels. I have the electric eel wheel 6, which I'm going to use for my sweater spin, and then I have an electric eel wheel nano, the little bitty ones. Mine's Elsa. And so if I start another project, like a smaller 1 skein project, I'll probably use the nano for that. But I'm really excited to start this soon. I know that it's February, and probably by the time I'm done spinning these, it will be getting a little bit closer to springtime. And by the time I'm done knitting this, it may be summer, if we're being honest, or later. But I figure if I can finish it before the fall, then I have a new sweater to wear in the fall, even if I don't wear it over the summer. So I figured that'd be a nice little present to myself. But I'm excited about those. I think the color combinations, any 2 of them I really like together. So I may end up changing my mind with what 2 colors I'm using, but I think I only am going to need 2. But I need to double check yardages and stuff like that and start doing some sampling. But I think that's what I want to use it for. I bought the pattern this morning and I'm really excited to start knitting it. So I probably need to start spinning if I want to work on that soon. The next thing I want to talk about is, dare I say it, my first knitting pattern. We will see if this ends up actually coming to fruition or if I just make it for myself so I can wear it and then you guys never see it. We'll see. But it's just it's going to be a cute little tank with just some cotton that has some sparkle in it. It is just some cotton that someone gave me with sparkle in it. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how much I have. I know how much in grams, but yardage I'm not entirely sure. But I just picked out a cute lace pattern that I really liked that was simple. I don't love complicated lace on like big, bulky, isn't bulky, but on bigger yarns, like non-sock weight or lace weight yarns. But look how pretty it's turning out. It's going really well. I have a lot of stitch markers. I'm a stitch marker every repeat type of person. And it's going to be probably cropped because, again, I don't have a lot of yarn. A cropped tank top. I'm thinking of doing like triangles on the top. And then ties so I can have cute little bows on the top. But I may end up just doing regular straps. We'll see. But that's all I have right now. It's turning out really cute. This is also on my list of things I would like to finish before spring break, so I can take it with me. We will see if I get it done or not, but it's going really well so far. It's looking really cute. I just love the little lace sections. They're so pretty. So, but simple and sweet. It doesn't have a name yet. If you have a cute name you would like to name it, let me know. But yeah, I've been working on that a little bit here and there as well. I also want to remind everyone that the Fluff Along is still going on. MC of Blame the Knots and I are hosting a make-along for fluffy projects. Either fluffy yarn, fluffy patterns, whatever says fluffy to you. And we are doing weekly giveaway prizes. We've done 2 so far. In order to enter and be eligible to win a prize, you have to make an Instagram post so it stays on your grid, not just a story. And you need to tag both of us in that as well. So MC at Blame the Knots and then myself at MacDieConley. And then also use the hashtag FluffAlong2024. And I'll have information down in the section below as well. We are 2 weeks in. Like I said, we've got 4 weeks left for prizes. We end on March 1st, March 2nd. Whatever that Saturday is when we'll do our last prize giveaway. So feel free to enter multiple times a week. If you've already won, feel free to keep putting posts together. But I'm really excited to continue to see everybody's projects. There have been some really cute and really fluffy projects posted about already. They are looking wonderful. There's a good mix of crochet and knit projects so far. There have been sweaters. I think there's been a scarf. There's been some stuffed animals made, and it's just been really, really fun to see people make different things. But yeah, so that will be continuing on for the next couple weeks. Please make sure that you're entering and so that you're eligible for a prize. And that you're following both MC and I for any additional information that we post on Instagram about the Fluff Along. But it's going really well so far, so please make sure that you're still entering. Okay, that wraps up everything I have for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with each episode that I do and a little bit more chaotic and unhinged, which is fine. But please like and subscribe to my channel. I would love that. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. And then also feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything that you were really excited about seeing. If you are also making one of the projects that I'm working on. I love twinning with people, both in like garment wearing and also like making projects at the same time. I think it's a blast. But feel free to leave me questions or comments down below. And thank you again. Thank you so much for watching.